everyone! So for today's video I just wanted to film kind of a story time video on my period horror stories. As you guys know, I am a female, which means that I do get my period. And I just thought that it would be funny to share these with you guys because I'm sure a lot of you guys have also experienced period horror stories. Just thought I'd share those with you guys, and if you guys have any other period horror stories you can leave them in the comments below and we can all just laugh, cry. So my first horror story was when I was in 8th grade, and it was the first or second day of school, I think, and I don't know why my mom, she used to buy me these really terrible pads. They were like the daytime light flow pads, and my flow was not light, mine was very heavy. And so I was at school and I was just chilling at the lunch table, and then I got up and there was a freaking blood stain on the thing, and I was like, oh my god. The blood stain was not small, it was like really, really big, and I was like, so I looked down, literally my whole entire pad, I was even wearing a pad, and it was just surrounded my shorts area, and I was like, oh my god. And so I was about to cry, and literally these boys, they walked over and they saw the blood stain and they were like, ew, what the heck, that's so gross, and they didn't know it was for me, and I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh my god. So I didn't know what to do. I took my backpack and I walked with my backpack hanging from my back and trying to make it cover my butt area, and I went to the office and I was like, my shorts. My friend went with me at the time and she was like, yeah, you can call your parents, and I was like, well, my mom is probably sleeping and my dad is at work, I don't even know what to do. And I didn't want to call my dad and be like, hey, I just bled through my shorts and I need a new pair of shorts, and then probably my mom would be annoyed because she hates me. So I just was like, okay, I don't really know what to do, I'm freaking out, I'm a little 8th grader and this is my biggest fear. So my friend gave me her sweatshirt and I wrapped it around my shorts all day, and so I got into class and literally somehow everybody knew. I don't really know, maybe she told everyone, because this girl that I was friends with, she was one of the most judgmental bitchy girls ever, but she was I think it was just because she was insecure because she was kind of overweight, and not saying that being overweight is a bad thing, but that's probably one of the reasons why she was really insecure, and so she would just spread rumors, do disgusting stuff. I don't even know why I was her friend, but at least she let me use her sweatshirt, and so somehow everybody knew, and they were asking me oh my god, did your period leak through your shorts, and is that why you're wearing that sweatshirt around you? And I was like, yeah, it did. Okay, leave me alone. It was after lunch, so I still had 2 more long classes until I could go home, and so went home and I changed my shorts. Literally the whole entire butt back area was just a freaking blood stain, and I was like, wow, okay, maybe I need to start using tampons, but I'm afraid of tampons. I still don't use them. I don't know if any other of you guys are afraid of tampons, but I just, they're scary. So I went home and I was like, wow, this is terrible, and so I tried washing in the sink. My mom got mad at me that there was so much blood on it. I don't know why she's mad, freaking girl, you should have also experienced this, but whatever. So that was my first horror story. My second horror story was when I was in 9th grade. Basically, I was a freshman, and my friend, also at the time that I'm not friends with anymore, we were going to go to this Mexican restaurant that had these this giant burrito, and I was like, I think if you ate it you get extra credit or something. So it was Bellingham's biggest burrito, and it was this big, not even an exaggeration, it was literally this big. So we shared it with 8 people, and so I went there with my friend, and since we were in 9th grade we couldn't drive, so we biked there. So I was like, yeah, biking, and I wanted to be cute because it was summer and we were eating this burrito with sophomore boys, and I was like, oh my god, these boys are so cute, they're sophomores. And so I wanted to be cute, and so I wore white shorts. Even though I was on my period, I knew I was on my period, and I wore white shorts, and I was like, okay, So I'm just gonna change my pad a lot, and it won't leak, you know, it won't leak. So I rode my bike there, and I got to the restaurant and I was like, I have to use the bathroom, and they were like, we don't, I don't know, I was like afraid that they would leave me when I went to the bathroom and that they would leave my bike, and I was like, okay, Nikki, I just won't go to the bathroom, it's fine, like, it's probably not even leaking. And so we ate the burrito, and I was like, I have to go to the bathroom, and they wanted to do this walk, like, in the woods, and I was like, but guys, I have to go to the bathroom, and they were just gonna leave me, so I was like, fine, I'll just go with you guys, freaking terrible friends. I didn't go to the bathroom, and I went with them on this fun hike, like, so this was, like, 2 hours that I hadn't, like, changed my pad or anything. It was like 2.5, maybe almost like 3 hours. And so I didn't really know what was going on, and nobody told me. I feel like if a girl has like a period stain, you should probably tell them, like, let them know. Just be like, I guess if you're a guy, like, it's kind of weird when like you do that, but if you're another girl and you see a girl like with a period stain, just let her know, like, that's like girl code. So nobody told me, and I went to the bathroom, and my white shorts, literally the whole crotch was like, and like up my butt, because I don't know if you guys know how period blood leaks. It doesn't just blip blip, it like goes freaking up your butt crack, and like just literally the white shorts soaked up everything. So I was like so scared, I didn't know what to do, and so I literally just I was wearing like a t-shirt, and I was wearing a tank top underneath, and so I tied my t-shirt like I kind of tucked it in and had it like kind of as a cape, like going down my butt, and I left the bathroom, and I was like and so I just decided to go home and like bike home by myself, because I just didn't want to be there anymore with my period leaking all over the place. Yeah, that was my experience. I got home and my shorts literally were ruined. Like, I washed them, they were like brown forever, so I was like, fine, throwing these shorts away. So my last period horror story, I have a bunch more, but I feel like you guys would get really bored of me just being like, oh, my period leaked through my pants, and I was sad because I wear my pants. So this one happened recently when I was camping with my friends Stella and Zara. We went backpacking, and when you're backpacking, you have to like take, I don't know if you guys have ever been backpacking, but you have to take all of your own food and all of your own water, which carrying water is a lot of effort. So we had to bring all of our own food, all of our own water, and basically I forgot to bring my birth control, which stops my period kind of. The birth control pills, they come in like this little thing, and you take all of them, but when you stop taking them, your period starts, and you're supposed to stop taking them for 5 days. Well, I just forgot to bring my birth control pills, and so I wasn't able to take them. So it was like, I was like, okay, whatever, like my period won't start, that's so dumb. But so we were just chilling, we were sitting on top of like this giant hill and watching the sunset, and so we walked back to our like little campsite. We have to poop like just in the woods, so I was pooping in the woods, and I looked down and my underwear is covered in blood, and I was like, no, like this can't happen, because we're in the middle of like literally nowhere backpacking, and I did not bring any pads, and also I didn't want my period to start because literally I don't want to have to bring my gross used pads like back with me. So I was just like so disgusted. I was like, no, this is literally not happening. So what I did bring was like a birth control patch, and I put that on, and apparently like it made me super lightheaded, because I usually don't use the patch, I usually just use the pill. And so I put that on, and I suddenly got like so lightheaded, and Stella and Zara were like trying to like cover me, and I was like basically dying, and my ears were like ringing so much. And so later, like the next day, I didn't have like any pads or anything, and so I thought that the patch would like stop my period. It didn't stop it, it like kept going. Basically I was like dying, and so I decided that I would just use my other underwear as a pad. Like I folded up the underwear and I put it like underneath in my underwear and used that as a pad, and it was so disgusting. Like I was physically vomiting, like, and I was just felt sick, like I was sunburned, I wanted to go home. And so the next day I was talking like with Stella's mom, and I was like, yeah, like I got my period, Stella's sister brought reusable pads, and so I used those, but they were literally like, I would not recommend, you know, your period, just, you don't want to wear one pad, because we still had 2 days left there, I think, or like one day and we were going home the next day, and so I was like using these pads and I was like pretty disgusted, and we were on the beach and I was like, well, my pad is literally full and is also leaking onto my bikini, and so, because I was on the beach like kind of tanning and I couldn't like swim or anything, so what I had to do was I had to take my pad off and I had to go into the freaking ocean with the pad in my hand, and I had to like rinse it off, and my goal was to not touch the pad or the blood, because I was like, ew, this is disgusting. And my friends were like, well, like, you kind of have to touch it to like get it to wash off, and I was like, yeah, true. So I was like, ew, 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 and I was just like touching it. There was literally blood all around me in the water because it was in the ocean, and I had to wait for those pads to dry and then I had to use them, and they were just, it was so disgusting because it was covered in salt and like it felt so itchy. Those are my top 3 period horror stories, and if you guys have any other period horror stories, I would love to hear them. Just put them in the comments below, just to let you guys know that you're not alone, that these embarrassing things have not only happened to you, but to literally every other girl that gets her period. So thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more videos. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat and Tumblr for more updates on my life. Bye everybody!